You know that feeling when you finally decide to upgrade your dog grooming setup, only to find the cheap budget tub you grabbed online starts leaking after the first wash, or the low-profile entry turns into a wrestling match every time a big Labrador steps in? I've been there, and the regret that follows is what makes me pause before throwing money at any new piece of equipment. That hesitation is exactly why I wanted to dig into the Flying Pig 61.5-inch stainless steel grooming bathtub before hitting record, because the market is full of half measures that promise walk-in convenience but end up feeling like a DIY nightmare. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The first thing I considered was the reality of daily use in a home-based grooming business. You're not just rinsing a tiny terrier, you're often dealing with a full-sized golden retriever or a bulky German shepherd that needs a thorough bath after a muddy hike. A bathtub that's too shallow or has a high lip can turn a routine wash into a stressful ordeal for both you and the dog. The Flying Pig model advertises a 9.5-inch walk-in opening that's deliberately low enough that even a reluctant giant can step in without a full-body lift. In practice, that height translates to less lifting on your part, fewer chances of a dog slipping out, and a calmer environment that keeps the animal's anxiety down. What sets this tub apart from the cheaper alternatives is the material. While many budget tubs are made from thin aluminum or plastic that dent easily, this one is forged from commercial-grade stainless steel that's noticeably thicker. The heft alone tells you it's not a flimsy, disposable piece. In a real-world grooming session, that thickness means you won't hear that unsettling ping when you run the faucet at full pressure, and it resists the inevitable scratches from claws and grooming tools. It also holds up against the chemicals you use: shampoo, conditioner, and occasional disinfectant without corroding after a few months. The included overhead grooming arm is another practical feature that many low-cost kits overlook. It's adjustable, so you can raise or lower it to suit the size of the dog you're working with, and it holds the brush or rake right where you need it. I've seen groomers using a fixed arm that ends up in the way when they need to rinse a smaller dog, forcing them to constantly readjust or work around it. With this adjustable arm, you can keep the dog's head steady while you work on the back, which speeds up the whole process and reduces the chance of accidental splashes. Now, let's talk about the faucet kit that comes with the package. Most budget tubs either leave the faucet out entirely or ship a cheap, single-hole model that leaks at the base. Flying Pig's kit is a professional-grade faucet that includes a flexible hose, a handheld sprayer, and a secure mounting bracket. In day-to-day use, that means you can control water flow more precisely, switch from a gentle rinse to a stronger spray without fumbling for another tool, and keep your hands free for clipping or drying. It's a small convenience that adds up over dozens of appointments. The right side drain port is another design choice that sounds simple but has a big impact. When you're cleaning up after a large dog, you don't want the water pooling at the front where it can splash back onto you. The side drain directs the flow directly out of the tub, making it easier to hook up to a floor drain or a portable pump. However, that also means you need to have a compatible drain setup where you intend to place the tub. If you're in a home garage without a floor drain, you'll either need to purchase an external pump or reroute the hose, which adds a bit of extra work and cost. Speaking of cost, the price point for this unit sits higher than a typical plastic or thin metal tub you might find on a discount site. That's where the value calculation comes in. If you're a hobbyist who only washes your own dog once a month, you might not feel the return on that investment. But if you run a small grooming business, or you regularly bathe multiple large breeds, the durability, time saved, and reduced stress for both you and the dogs can quickly justify the outlay. The 4.8-star rating from over 200 buyers suggests that most owners feel they got their money's worth, even though we don't have individual anecdotes to quote. Who should buy this? First, any professional groomer or serious home-based business that deals with medium to large dogs on a regular basis. If you need a reliable, heavy-duty station that can handle back-to-back baths without warping or leaking, this tub checks the boxes. Second, owners of large, high-energy dogs who tend to shake water all over the place will appreciate the walk-in design and the side drain that keeps the surrounding floor drier. Finally, people who value a built-in grooming arm and a sturdy faucet will find the all-in-one package worth the premium. Who should?